Welcome back to day 27 of the Light Spenders Guide. This is a combination of day 26/27. There wasn't much going on yesterday. I've also been super busy with work. So let's just hop right into it. There is the new Selene trial that you probably crushed yesterday in day 26. And let's just quickly go through it. And then we're going to do some of our pulls to get our 12-star Night Eater. And at that point, depending upon I'll look at what we have for hero copies. Maybe we'll push for 10-star Dark Knight and Aurora, or getting it closer to 11-star. I don't think we have the ability to even get 11-star for both of them because I haven't been proactively chasing it, and there's only 2 days left of the God Air summons. It's not a big deal. I'm not worried about it. My goal was the 12-star Night Eater. I think that's the most impactful. Aurora does fall off, and Dark Knight is great, but she requires a ton of investment and is kind of falling out of the meta as well. So as you can see right here, we're just crushing it like I'm sure you have. You've been following along. And every day we just get a little bit stronger. I honestly haven't been pushing the limit to see how much progress we can make. So I'm sure at this point, you're probably further ahead than me. I've just been kind of on autopilot, collecting the dailies, making sure I do, I guess, just enough to make sure I'm not missing out on some of the good rewards. In the sanctuary, though, I've been slacking there, so there's a lot of stuff I can grab from there, but it's not so impactful for showing the progress. If anything, you'll be ahead and knowing you haven't missed anything, which is nice. So coming up halfway through, another 1,500 diamonds here once we crush it. Obviously, Selene is really good. We have access to her. As I've been mentioning before, she is much better at 11-star Divinity 5 because then she'll freeze all of your teammates, preventing them from dying. She's really good with her artifact too if you can get to rank 2, just because it improves her whole kit essentially and gives you a lot more survivability. But as you can see, there's right now, even though we're not blasting them as we used to, just because the difficulty has been tuned up a little bit, we're still crushing it. There's no difficulty whatsoever. Our team is basically full health the whole time. And nice and easy, which is what you want to see. At least through these early game new server events, just because they're time gated. Everything else after this is not really time gated. There is certain events that are time gated, but there's nothing so pressing where you're going to miss out on a reward. The rewards in the future will be more ranked based. So as long as you set yourself up good and you keep playing, you'll be in a good spot. And yep, Selene keep dragging the fights out, freezing. So one of them will at least be frozen still, probably one more time. Yeah, right here. We'll get them though. Easy, another 10 of the Soul Obsidian pulls. Great, saving us diamonds. We don't want to waste too many diamonds on the God Air pulls. Goal is a 12-star Night Eater, and you could go for an additional copy because going for Divinity 7, if you ever choose to go for that, you'll need one extra copy above 12-star. And then if you want to keep going higher, you'll need additional copies. I think it ends up being a total of 12 extra copies. Maybe that's incorrect. I'll have to look it up. There is a guide. If you go to the community guides, it has it broken down how many copies additional for the full Divinity. For maybe it's from 11-star, you need 12 additional. So maybe it's only 8 additional. Sorry, just not sure off the top of my head, and I don't have anyone for the top Divinity. I think they call it R-Hat or something. Those are for the big spenders. Need tons of Crowns of Hardening, which will take a while. But it's something to look forward to because eventually you'll have a hero that's probably that high. And yeah, no problems here. Obviously, we procced Feather's passive on Dark Knight here. A little bit low HP, but blasting away. And once we get to the next stage, we'll do the pulls, rank her up to 12-star, and can't really do too much damage testing. It's kind of hard. We can kind of do a basic test with the the current boss. We can do it at 11 star by ourselves, and then we'll rank her up to 12 star and then see if there's any real difference. It's kind of hard to show on at least Night Eater. The benefit is, I think it's another debuff at the start of the fight. We can read through it before we rank her up as well. So I think this is the last fight, unless one more after this at most. And come on, one frozen baby shark. This one's looking like they're doing a little bit more damage to us. We have procced passive for feather here on a couple heroes, but still nothing too crazy. Seems like we'll be fine. Our team is really stacked, really well balanced team right here for early game. Has, the tank, 2 damage dealers, 2 supports. Really, really a strong early game team to, progress with. And there we go, the treasure. Let's check this one out. I think this one has speed. Yeah, so we're going to be getting 4 speed for all our heroes. Super important not to miss this one. So hopefully someone else hops in and does the 3rd stage. Or it's a 4th stage or something. So we get those free pulls. Not going to really help us too much. Maybe tomorrow if I remember to log in. Crush that. What are we doing here? We crushed that as well. And tomorrow we'll go back and confirm all the details, making sure we don't miss any of the 7-day target stuff. And of course, let's grab the Styles of Wisdom Scrolls. That's really important for the transfer upgrades. So let's jump right in. And before we do the pulls, get that Imperial Treasure, get that huge speed boost that we're seeing, +3 for the first one, and then we get that +4 for ranking it up. So massive, massive. Right now on my server, only me and one other person has that, so that's a huge advantage for PvP. And let's hop into here. And we have 82 pulls. So we're guaranteed to get at least 1 copy without spending. But who we're going to get, that's the real question, right? And I'll double check. I think I need 1 copy of each to make them 10 stars. So I'll probably end up just pulling for all 3 today just to secure a couple of 10 stars. It is a little bit better, and if I ever decide to go for 11 star, I'll be that much closer. And this is relatively a cheapest area to go for it. And we got Night Eater first, so we technically could stop. But as I mentioned before, probably going to go for the 10 stars. We're definitely pulling all of our free scrolls. I guess if we want to, we could just save it for tomorrow. Let me double check. Maybe we do that. Maybe the play is if you want to go for the Divinity 7 ever, you save it for tomorrow, and then maybe you pull all 3 tomorrow. Let's check. We need, I think, 1 copy for each of these heroes. I do, and yeah, so I'm going to actually hold off until tomorrow. This is just an optional play. You don't have to. The whole point of this is to make sure you probably rank up your Night Eater to 12 star, and you can see the end results afterwards and make the best judgment for yourself. I've had a lot of success with her, and definitely going to try a version of this on a free-to-play in the future, the next time they do an update, to see if it's somewhat, if we're somewhat able to copy this same method on a free-to-play server account. So before we rank her up to 12, let's go into the Wish recruitment here, do the sharpness trial, click that, and let's see if we can do the damage test. Unfortunately, it's not going to be like a quick battle. They don't have the quick battle option for here. So we can just either hop out or maybe watch it. We'll just watch it just to make sure we're not missing anything. And unfortunately with these bosses, they don't record the number of debuffs. I believe they still take effect, but I'm not sure if we can't see how many are on there. So it's not going to be as easy to compare how many debuffs from ranking it up. So up to what? We're at 2 billion right now. That's huge. You can see our Night Eater is crushing it. And we're only going to do the one run each. So what is that? 2.7 billion damage at 11 star. And let's see if there's any real noticeable damage difference for going to 12 star. Let us send her. Boom, huge power bump of 77,000. We get the option of another 15 levels. Our attack goes up to another 7,500, some defense, some HP, more defense as well here. So tons of extra stats here. Pretty sure she could probably just solo this, and she does. Easy peasy. And there we go, the 12-star. We've reached the, what's it say, trial success, honorable adventure. Congratulations on completing the super trial. The hero has progressed to a whole new level and entered the Supreme Realm. Sophia and Monica will gain the following bonuses. Hero upgraded 12-star, max potential level increased to level 25. So in the potential area, if you want, I think you need 5 additional copies for that as well. So tons of hero copies you need to fully max out a hero. And we can show that in here. So that potential area, we haven't even gotten it to the first 20. You can get, I believe it's additional 5 hero copies. And obviously once you max that out, you get increased damage by 10%. So straight up another 10% for the God Heir Black Flames of Vengeance, which is, considerable if you have the extra hero copies, but it will take some time. Also, we haven't ranked up the Divinity too much. We're still at 4. We could go to 5. That's a bigger jump. Let us make sure we level up, because that's one of the big things. Let's see how many stats we get. It's another 27,000 power. Not a big jump in stats, but let's hop into the battle again and see if our damage goes up, down, sideways. Very well could go down based on, what debuffs we had put up the first time. But only one way to find out. So hopefully we see big jump, but not too sure. She's not a top damage dealer. If you compare her to Fiona or some of the other newer heroes, she definitely doesn't hit as hard. She puts up a ton of debuffs, really good for the new Ankh series. And there are some current teams on the CN server that's running her if you have her Divinity 7 in a full Ankh team. But those are for super high end, and it's not the top team. But she is a great progression hero, and damage is at 3 billion. So for the 1-to-1, could just be super RNG. Right off the bat, it's nice to see we went up 400 million damage. So happy there. Obviously, there's going to be a damage increase because we got more stats overall. But it's not going to be super impressive. But the debuffs added, the extra debuffs are big. I can walk you through what I should have done earlier. Let's just check out the breakdown of what was added. It's at this right here is the 12-star one. So when entering battle, Monica will also add Demon Mark to 3 random enemy units. And after each normal attack by Monica, she will also randomly add 1 to 2 layers of Soul Lock debuff to all enemies. So that's big. Extra Soul Lock debuffs to all enemies, and you get that King's Mark on the 3 enemies at the start. And the Soul Lock could be reduced the damage reduction from your enemies, making you do more damage to them. Also reduce their damage. There's a bunch of different ones, so a lot of RNG to what to expect, but super impactful for trying to push you through different content. Other than that, right now we have a Void Maze going on, but that is current server event, so it might be different for you. Ancient Ruins is based on the day, and we still haven't unlocked the final mode. I missed a day of floors, so there's 60. We need 3 more days. So hopefully once you beat all of this, you'll have the other spot, and we'll keep running the series until at least floor 60. I was planning on stopping on day 29, but we're going to run it until we'll add it to the last video to see when that final floor unlocks, and I think it is when we clear Nightmare mode. Hopefully at 12 stars too, we'll be able to push up solo mode. We're currently on 55, 2 out of 12, so maybe that made some difference as well. And I'm going to cut it here. Hope you found this helpful. Please let me know in the comments if there's anything else I should be adding to future videos. And let me know if you went with 12-star Night Eater or if you went a completely different route, similar to my free-to-play where I went Empress 5-star. Both are extremely viable. As always, please like and subscribe. Really helps me out, and have a wonderful day. Take care.